Alrighty, gamers. Today, we're back on that trade battle grind with the two Garchomps that are just complete and utter disasters, alright? They're both necessary. And today, we're gonna watch as they fumble drastically and I start complaining non-stop because I just want them to win and be awesome. But the game keeps counterpicking me with nonsense and let them miss every attack in existence. Yes, sir! Alright, so boys and girls, there's been some drama stirring, okay? There's been a little bit of drama stirring up recently. And you know what that involves? It involves MFing, right? It involves BDSP. Yeah, in 2024, in June, we are bickering about BDSP again. Which is just so ungodly lovely, okay? So for those who actually go outside, right? And aren't terminally online, what the hell's going on? So, here's the deal. The last Nintendo Direct that came out, right? You know, we had a bunch of fun games, right? Prime 4 was like the big... Oh my fucking god, I'm annoyed with this game right now. Sorry, that's just bullshit. Anyway, yeah, the new Nintendo Direct came out. Prime 4 was like the big highlight. What else was on there, actually? I'm already forgetting. I don't know. There was like Hello Kitty Island Adventure for Switch. Some other junk. I don't know. You know, there was like Mario Party, the new Super Mario Party, right? Yeah. And one of the big games shown off on that showcase was Mario and Luigi Brothership, right? You know, series died on the 3DS. Yeah, Alpha Dream closed for bankruptcy. You know the drill, right? What you don't know is that there's a good shot that game is being, like, I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but there's a very, very high chance that game is currently going to be developed by fucking ILCA. The same ones who made BDSP. And we have people already, like, getting foam at their fucking mouths over the idea of them ever touching another game ever again for as long as, like, ILCA's a thing. And holy fucking shit, what the hell? So, here's the thing, right? ILCA did end up hiring a lot of, like, former Alpha Dream staff. Like, that did happen. So it's like, it's not like the company's in, like, it's not like the Mario and Luigi franchise is, like, in new hands or anything. Like, it's basically got, like, a lot of, like, the same people. It's just like, well, how's the vision gonna be? That's, like, the main question. Because I'm gonna be real. For a new game, I don't think the worry's that big, right? We're not making a remake and doing it almost the exact same because the Pokémon company, right? TPC said to make it this way. No, that's completely a non-factor here. Like, we have, like, they're gonna have their game, they're gonna make it, and, you know, just do what they're fucking going about. Instead of, like, you know, following this strict remake outline that TPC gave out. So, for those worrying, right, oh, is ILCA gonna fucking kill another franchise? Probably not. Now, let's say hypothetically, right? Let's say hypothetically they do make this game and it's a bit of a banger, alright? What if they remake another game? Oh shit, what if Partners in Time comes back from the dead? I'm not worried whatsoever. I'll say it. I would not be worried about that whatsoever in my entire life. Nope. And here's the thing, right? You gotta think about what Mario and Luigi remakes we did get on the 3DS versus what BDSP is. You gotta think about it, right? Because they're basically just rebuilt from the ground up, like the exact same game. But, like, with minor little additions, right? You know, like, the obtainable, like, previous soundtracks and whatnot. And updated game mechanics. And you know what? BDSP was exactly that. Like, ILCA could definitely pop the fuck off if they got a hold of, like, Partners in Time to remake or some shit, you know? So it's like, that's fine. Like, looking at the future, like, there's no stress there whatsoever. Now, looking short term, you know, yeah, a little bit, like... We don't know. I don't know ILCA's track record of making games prior to BDSP. I'm going to be 100% honest. You know, I don't play games. So why would I know what they do? You know, it probably would have been a great idea to, like, look this up for a decent track record. But, whatever. Whatever. Speculation from somebody who doesn't know shit. It's not like I played the games anyways. But, yeah. Yeah, Brothership looks good. We'll see when it comes out. I just wish the UI looked nicer. That's it. Anyways, yeah. There's been drama just because people have been fear-mongered, like, themselves into thinking that ILCA's gonna ruin everything they touch. And it's like, I don't think it's an issue whatsoever. I'll say it. And even if they did another Pokemon remake, I still don't think it would be an issue. Because again, ultimately the issue with BDSP lied on TPC with how they gave out the outline and like all this other bullshit for them to actually remake the game in the first place. You know why it was too faithful? Because they said so. All this other nonsense, right? I wish BDSP could have been something more. I bet we all do, but like, it was what it was. It's just Diamond and Pearl, but slightly better and more accessible. Like, it's whatever. Like, even Fire Red Leaf Green had like a similar like gameplay structure, but like, at least there was new content, right? At least there was something. I don't know. Anyway, it's when we're gonna start rambling here soon. So yeah. For my Mario and Luigi heads, no, ILCA making the game is a non-issue. Don't worry. Quit stressing. Quit letting Pokemon fans influence your opinion. Jeez. Quit letting them like brainwash you to thinking it's gonna like be the end of the series or something. If it does turn out to be true, alright? Anyways. Oh, we are back. Oh, we are back, gentlemen. Sorry, I just have not been paying attention. That first fight went incredibly well. And this fight should be going incredibly well if Garchomp wants to actually connect its attacks. Yeah, guys, we're back. We're in. Yeah, guys, I want to say it. I'm looking forward to the new Mario and Luigi game, alright? I am looking forward to it. Let me tell you. I'm looking more forward to it than I am fucking... What is it? What is that game? Oh, PLZA, right? I cannot give a care in the world for that game at all. There is like no fiber of my being that's like, oh dude, I'm at the edge of my seat looking for how they one-up Legends Arceus, right? I don't want them to one-up that game. I need Game Freak to like 5-up, like 7-up that game. Oh my god, why did that kill? Garchomp, buddy, you're dick. Anyways, oh yeah, this run is over. Bad news. This run is super duper triple over. Yep, it's doomed. I should have gone for the kill. Should have gone for the head. So yeah, unfortunately, this run dies. But let's look ahead, right? What are the odds that Pokemon Company ever let somebody that isn't Game Freak do a remake ever again? What are the odds they become that irrational, alright? Okay, this thing could have missed the thunder. That was winnable. Damn. It's like, I'm gonna say it, like... The problem is, right, if you gave Game Freak the same, like, outline and shit, that, like, all this, like, blueprints and all this that you're, like, supposed to build BDSP up to be, which is just Diamond and Pearl, but Gen 8, it's like... Game Freak probably still would have fucked it up, alright? Let's be honest. Realistically, Game Freak probably would have fucked it up, because they would have been under the exact same, like, outline. All this other bullshit, right? You're like, outline, what do you mean, right? It's like the vision that the devs have. Well, TPC's gotta, like, put the restrictions on it, right? Like, for instance, right? Everybody looks back at that infamous Paper Mario Sticker Star bullshit, right? Like, oh, you're not allowed to, like, go off and make, like, new original characters for Sticker Star. Oh yeah, we're gonna have this be super fucking restricted, what can and cannot exist in this world. And right, you have the same type of like ruling for other, like, all games, right? Again, I feel like Game Freak would have been a lot more free with what they would have picked out of the game. Again, it was their vision originally, so we would have probably seen platinum content a little bit if they had been in charge, but barely any, right? Like, I think that's basically safe to say. But, like, even if Game Freak was in charge of BDSP, things probably would not have been very pretty. And then Game Freak would have had, like, a sour reputation. But, like, man, ILCA, gee, they finally get, like, a new dev in charge of a game. And it's just, like, nobody will ever give them the time of day again. And it's fucked up. It is so fucked up. Anyway, I am going to lose this fight immediately. Wow. We are already off to a terrible start because the Weavile apparently was killing that guy, which it actually wasn't because this game's being bullshit. The AI is being mean. Anyways. Yeah, ILCA boys, we are here. They have done physically nothing but exist, and that is a problem to Pokemon fans. And that is a problem to Pokemon fans, alright? Yeah, it is just like, it's not going to be the ground zero people think it'll be. Like, realistically, based on the quality of previous MNL games, I think, like, despite knowing fuck all about Brothership, right? There's a good chance that it's better than Partners in Time and Paper Jam. There's a decently good chance. Those games were kind of not the greatest on the gameplay front, and you know, I don't have my doubts at all that ILCA can do a good job if, again, they are the ones developing, right? If so. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. I mean, like, I wish that, like, Pokemon would give, like, other devs more shots at games, right? Again, the problem is, how would they, like, let's talk about Pokemon, for instance, right? Because we're at this weird state where, like, yeah, Game Freak's developing PLZA. What about... Oh my god, computer, stutter less, please. Oh, this run is so doomed. I'm about to have to 3v1 the Scarchomp here. Oh no. But, like, with PLZA, it's like, yeah, Game Freak's doing it. They did Legends Arceus, whatever. BDSP, like, Legends Arceus was accepted... Legends Arceus, despite being a fumbled game, was loved so much. Mainly, like, here's the thing, right? You gotta think about perspective, right? The big thing that people loved about Legends Arceus is that it wasn't BDSP. It just was not BDSP, and that alone is more than enough to give it praise, because holy hell, what happened there? Again, you think, well, that's a little irrational. Surely that's not a thing. But that is a line of thought people have when it comes to thing being, oh, mediocre or whatever. They'll gas it up because the last thing prior was, like, really fucking bad. Oh, fine. The best part about losing runs is having to edit things back together and then, like, having to get your train of thought back for your conversation. Anyway, right? I think the best example that we've ever had of people gaslighting themselves into thinking something wasn't so bad, honestly, it came down to fucking Die Rise and Transit, alright? So for those who didn't know, Transit was like the worst Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies map, like, of all times. Like, when Black Ops 2 first released. Like, man, that map was hella cheeks. I love it to death and whatnot, but, like, objectively speaking, man, that bag got fumbled. And, like, Nuketown was like a whatever bonus map. Nobody gave a shit, right? Then Die Rise comes along. And people, they didn't think it was a bottom 5 map the same way that, like, Transit was. And, like, obviously in modern perspective, people realize that Die Rise is dicks, right? But, like, in the perspective, like, in the moment, man, people were not having it. Like, it wasn't Transit, so people were like, hell yeah, bro, we're in. We're fucking here. And, like, I'm getting those same kind of vibes from PLA, alright? Like, maybe with time, people will lighten up a bit, open up a bit, but probably not. Let's be real, it's Pokemon fans. They will have an opinion and will die on that hill. But, like, that's the kind of thing I'm thinking. So it's like, will, like, that perspective be, like, that bad? Because it's like, BDSP wasn't that bad. It was just their expectations not being met, right? They expect another ORAS level remake. You don't get an ORAS level remake. In fact, Dynamax is just not in the game, which, let's be real, people are glad that happened. It's not there. That's good. Honestly, I will say the same thing. But it's like, BDSP lacks so much, like, soul. Like, even Sword and Shield, despite how, oh god, that game was. It's like, there was something there, right? The vision existed, no matter how not pretty it was. And one of my biggest complaints with, like, BDSP was, like, I think a lot of us had the same issue, like, it was the art style. My gripe with the art style was, it just wasn't uniform with Sword and Shield. That was the biggest fumble that game had. Like, the chibi graphics don't matter, it's like, it's fine, it's whatever. I don't, like, I'm not gonna detest it with every fiber of my being, but, like, the thing that made Fire Red and Leaf Green and Heart Gold Soul Silver so nice is, like, they looked the part for their generations. They looked the part. They looked Gen 3, they looked Gen 4. It was nice. But man, like, BDSP didn't fit the bill. Which is, like, I think that's just, like, generally speaking, just, like, a more of a Pokemon Company problem. of just being like, well, we got to give it that feel. You got to give it that look instead of, you know, letting Game Freak do it and be able to properly reuse the assets or make new ones that fit the style better. I don't know, man. I think we might be getting the rambling territory. We'll see. And it's like, if we ever see, you know, right? We ever see another dev touch a game from Pokemon again that isn't Game Freak, I know there's probably going to be backlash. People are going to be like, we're probably going to have movements. Hashtag remember BDSP, right? Like, those will probably exist. But people act like it's a big ground zero, but BDSP was an okay game. It was better than Diamond and Pearl. Some people tried to deny that for some reason. They try to, but I don't get what their big deal is. Like, oh no, the game's less tedious. That doesn't make it easier. It just means you're wasting your time less to fix that level issue, buddy. Alright? Like, hell, I'd argue BDSP was even harder once you reach the Elite Four, right? Again, granted you're spamming energy roots and not breaking the game with friendship boosts, right? Which, you know, you can do. Again, there were some bad game design decisions thrown in that game, right? With BDSP. And the, what's it called? The friendship boosts being built, like, the affection boost being friendship was a big problem. Because it definitely allows the game to snowball in, like, difficulty, like, way more in your favor. Give me a sec. What the hell am I bringing here? It's just double Garchomp again. Alright. Yeah, it's just whack. It's just whack, alright? Like, again, like, the last 3 games have been developed by Game Freak. I really want to see, like, more, like, other devs come in, right? So, like, we don't have games that feel extremely unfinished or whatnot. Like, again, we don't need more releases, like, launch states of Scarlet and Violet, for instance, right? Like, that was with another dev, like, getting in the way for BDSP. And, like, Game Freak still could not make Scarlet and Violet function day one. Well, I mean, it was functional, but it's not very well. And that was mostly because, like, Pokemon Company and their bullshit, right? Had another dev, for instance, had done PLA, things probably could have been a lot better for Scarlet and Violet's release instead of, you know, one game, right? Because, like, you gotta think, Game Freak's gotta, like, split its team up and whatnot to, like, handle development of both games. So, like, that, like, makes a big problem when, like, one game is treated a lot better, like, in terms of, like, bug fixing and whatnot. And, like, other dev crunch time and numbers and stuff. But, like, right, when PLA released, it was not the most bug-free game. There were small bugs. There were minor issues, right? They did exist. Some did get through the cracks, but were later patched out, right? Scarlet and Violet, like, even now, there are still issues there. And hypothetically speaking, right, like, that other outcome where, like, somebody else did PLA, like, Scarlet and Violet could have released in a good state. People actually would have sucked that game off so fucking hard and called it top 5 by a mile. And again, that launch date was the thing that fucked it over completely. That's the thing I find odd in retrospect, right? Like, that game would have been a top 5, probably top 3, for, like, most normies on the internet. But no. But no. Again, it's like one of the smaller things that help me, like, worry about, like, the upcoming games, right? Because, like, Scarlet and Violet was same year as PLA, which was a minor problem. You know, all those working time gameplay, like, depth overlaps and whatnot. So yeah, that game released in a crummy state, and I'm just saying, if someone else had touched the game, and specifically PLA, things could have been a whole hell of a lot better for where Pokemon is kind of sitting right now. Again, right, they're just getting lambasted for being just completely unoptimized messes for games. Which, don't get me wrong, it's funny. The games sometimes do deserve to be criticized for their lack of, like, innovation and whatnot. But goddamn, dude, just make a better experience and the innovation won't be a problem. Right, people weren't complaining by the time Black and White 2 came around because of their lack of innovation. They weren't. Right, people were complaining about that by, like, Diamond and Pearl, Fire Red Leaf, like, Diamond Fire Red Leaf being, like, Ruby and Sapphire. But, like, they got super duper bad with Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon. But mainly Swish. Yeah, I think that's about it. right? Because, like, even now, like, let's take other devs working on Pokemon, right? We don't get that many spin-offs anymore. Like, what we do get, thankfully, is, like, live service, so, like, the games do stick around. But, like, I have never heard anyone talk about Pokemon Cafe Remix, right? Or sometimes in Pokemon Unite, you still hear that around. But it's like, we had other devs in charge of the other games, right? Like, we don't need a game every year. Like, spin-offs can fill the gaps decently well. Whatever. Whatever. I think I've had enough of this Pokemon business structure discussion, right? Because I'm gonna be real. I'm tired of talking about Pokemon, man. It's just depressing in its modern state. And you could tell when I have, like, zero interest whatsoever in even getting PLZA. If a main channel video was, like, not, like, on the discussion for content, right? Like, if I wasn't doing that, there would be no, like, hype for me or me even buying the damn game in the first place. Like, that's how much I do not care after PLA. Anyways, guys, yeah, thanks for watching.